it is very difficult to find the array of people that are present here, if not because of your personality, character, and impact on our people. Nana Kukwado, thank you for that keynote remarks and your contribution and ECOWAS commitment to African sovereignty. To Brother Kroma, well, I met you before I became a president, and I've interacted with you. Fate has brought us together again, not knowing you are close to our family. Thank all of you. To the father, General Gowon, I'm glad of the restoration of your ranks and everything. We learn history from you, from the concept. Thank you for who you are and your commitment to nation building. Thank you. To former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, we always, interact, sometimes we argue about the future of this country. We find our leaders here. The situation that brought us together and the one that we continue from this moment on. The revolutionary courage that brought leadership out to build our country. I'm glad that, about what is happening in America and the Europe, the contradiction that we are seeing now all over. What is it telling us? It's telling us to wake up, to make Africa a better place, particularly this country, Nigeria. I've seen so much of responsibility and the need to take some decisions on behalf of this country. I want to thank all of you for your mandate, your patience, your perseverance. Whatever might have happened, the hallmark of the truth from our dear leader, father, uncle, General Ibrahim Babangida. Without you, people like me, I won't be in politics. Your progressive revolution, to say that you want young, brilliant people in politics. We are with you in Jordan. You inspired some of us. And when you look at the programs, some of the bankers and many of us that were here today about this library, about the project, it's all the happiness of a visionary Babangida. Thank you for what you are. It's not just an ordinary day for Nigeria. The book I've not read, I've taken my copy, and I will read it. One thing I cannot forget, you are in office. You recalled we were elected. You kept on postponing the inauguration. You summoned us to Abuja. And when we became rancorous, you summoned us to the International Conference Center. I was not expecting to make any comment. I was just listening in my own radical manner that this man will not inaugurate us again. But before we returned to the hotel, the hotel was locked. No key. But when I was summoned by Dele to make a remark, I confronted you. That you had an opportunity to make history that day, and you failed to do it. Why not inaugurate us? Why are you calling us back and postponing the inauguration day? They thought I will end up in jail. You came out right at the end of the remark. You shook me. I can't forget that picture. You said, you are courageous. That's an inspiration that is so impactful in my own life, just for what you are. The few hours to set a day like this, I put it together. For you, you deserve it. So many of the bankers, when we came to you, I'm still then immobile. I was discussing with, I think, late Mohammed Abubakar, who was the Permanent Secretary Minister of Finance, about the need for dividends to be sent, and you made the remark that whatever we want, we should go and put it down. We wrote it, we brought it to the Dollar Barrack. I said, okay. Thereafter, you announced licenses for new generation banks. Nigeria has never been the same since then. You've made your marks. I'm glad of the revelation on the June 12th. Nigeria will just come here to pray for you, and listen to you carefully. I'm not here to read a speech. I'm here to pay homage. And I say thank you for everything, for who you are, what you are, and what you have contributed to the history of this great country. All I can promise as the president is to strive to do the best, put the best forward, take decisions, no matter how difficult they are,